Welcome to the challenge, breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the challenge, breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hey guys, welcome to the challenge breakdown with Joleen. I break down all things this season of MTV's The Challenge War of the Worlds. I watch it, I break it down, we have some fun. If this is your first time on my channel, please make sure to hit the like. Just like the video. You're gonna like the video. I hope you're gonna like the video. Also, hit the subscribe and smash the bell so you get notified every time I do a new breakdown. I have been breaking down Survivor this season. I'm doing some celebrity type breakdowns, and I think I'm also gonna be covering the Real Housewives of New York season coming up. Maybe some other little Housewives things. But if you are a Housewives fan, and I know a lot of you have expressed to me that you are, check out my podcast, Married to Bravo, that I do with my hype man husband, Chell, who's not here, on iTunes and Spotify. All right, let's get into this episode. I took notes on this one, you guys, because I did it a couple days later than after I watched it, so I wanted to make sure that I was getting everything right, but this was a very good episode. Okay, so this is episode 3 called It's Complicated. We start the episode with Cara telling Jenna that Kyle wasn't cheering for Zach. He was cheering for Johnny. The shock, the horror. Zach could care less. Zach is boy strong. Like, he does not, it doesn't matter. These dudes could break his heart, and he still loves them more than he's ever gonna love Jenna, which is so super sad. So him and Kyle kind of talk about it. Cara actually hears them talking, and Zach starts talking shit about Cara. Zach is supposed to be Cara's friend, and he is saying some very unkind things about the way Cara looks. He compares her to Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, and says that Paulie's girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend that he cheated on with Cara, is more attractive than Cara. That she was so pretty, he doesn't understand it, and how he left her for Captain Jack Sparrow. I was like, wow. However, I did laugh, I'll be honest with you, at the Captain Jack Sparrow, because I do think Paulie and Cara look like Pirates of the Caribbean. Paulie's got the guy liner this episode. It's a mess. There's a lot of forehead to forehead, him and his love of his life, Kyle, touching. So I did laugh a little bit at that. But as someone who is supposed to be Cara's friend, I thought that was kind of a shitty move on Zach's behalf. But we'll get to more of that later. Okay, so we go into the competition, and the competition is this crane competition, and one person has to move the crane back and forth, and the other partner has to jump on the crane and then attach themselves and then hop off and ring a bell. And this is a hard competition, because if you're afraid of heights, that's a problem. If you don't have good upper body strength, that's a problem. And if your timing's off. So it's like rhythm, strength, all these things. But it was a pretty cool competition. Again, Ninja. Oh my gosh, the fact that Paulie got the Ninja Warrior as his partner, he's so lucky. She's the best player in this game, hands down right now. Like, she's such a badass, it's ridiculous. I'm hoping this is one of those situations where Paulie and her make it to the finals, and then she hunters his ass and just takes all his money. Wouldn't that be amazing, you guys? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I dislike Paulie that much. So they do a really kick-ass job. Poor Gus and Jenna. I feel like Gus from Floribama Shore, he has all this muscles, but like, what a waste of muscles, because he hasn't shown us anything yet. It's like the dudes that work out really hard yet can't do anything with the muscles. Why did you get the muscles? Just for the looks? You can be on the cover of books. Ooh, that rhymed. Which is what Gus does. He's on the cover of romance novels, just showing his, I don't have muscles, so I can't really, I feel like I could do better in these competitions than Gus, and I have jiggly underarm, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of a waste of muscles. Turbo had one of the best comments in this episode. I forgot who he was talking about, but he talked about one of the women jumping, and he's like, I think she broke her boobs, and I'm really loving Turbo's commentary this season. Hunter's partner, Georgia is a badass. I would have never thought this tiny little woman from the UK who's all, you know, into bear would be this badass at comps, but she is. So Hunter got himself a bomb partner, and he's very lucky. Kyle does what Kyle does best. He whiffs. He whiffs at this competition, and Cara and Paulie are just like, you know, just like planning their next pirate takeover. I love that they look like pirates, and that Paulie had guy liner on this episode. It was too much. Kyle actually starts crying, and it's getting to the point now where Cara and Paulie's hatred for Kyle is making me like Kyle, and I don't want to like Kyle. Kyle is like a womanizer. I don't like him. I don't like his headbands, but now I feel for him because he has Paulie and Cara almost bullying him. It seems like if you're that happy with Paulie, Cara, Be happy with Pauly. I get this is kind of part of the show and stuff, but you're trying a little too hard. You care a little too much, and it's looking bad on your behalf and on Pauly's behalf. And Pauly is definitely more into Kyle than he's into you. I mean, he cares so much. It's ridiculous. So Kyle's crying. Maddie, his partner, who's just a badass. Maddie, I mean, these women this season are killing it in competitions and just strength overall. Poor Maddie is looking at Kyle like, man, she is losing her lady boner for him because she's just like, calm down, bro. We're going to get through this. And he's just like, fix my headband. I'm so sad. Oh. And Maddie's like, can we buck up, Bronco? Can we be okay? Because I want to be able to make out with you again and get a lady boner. So the winners of this competition are Nany and Turbo. Wow, that was awesome to see, I think. Turbo was just such a badass. I like myself some Nany too, so I was happy to see them. Georgia and Hunter, again, not a big Hunter fan, but I do like Georgia, and she kicked ass at this competition. And then Pauly and Ninja Warrior Princess. He doesn't deserve her. He doesn't deserve her. So they are going to make up the tribunal, and they're going to decide who will go to the killing floor. And Zach and Zahida, I keep looking for my hype man, but he's not here today, are safe from elimination this round because they won on the killing floor last week. So they go into the tribunal, and of course, Pauly's just coming for Kyle. Again, he's like, you want my woman? And Kyle's like, I want all the women. So yeah, yours is in the bunch that I want, because that's the type of guy Kyle is. He may say he has feelings for Cara when he's in his confessional, but he has feelings for a lot of people. If you guys have noticed on this season and seasons past, Kyle's wiener knows no bounds. He will just follow it wherever it just, with the wind. The wind blows and Kyle's wiener goes. Woo! You know, that's how it is with Kyle. So Hunter is hellbent on having no friends when he leaves the challenge, so he puts up Amanda and Josh. Now, Amanda has said time and time again, Hunter, I am your friend. I am here for you. Even though I'm still friends with Ashley, who took money from you, I didn't take money from you, and I'm your friend. Hunter's like, I can't believe that. You took my money. And you, no, not you, the other one that I slut-shamed and was real rude to and talked about her family and stuff, took my money, and so I blame you. I blame women, because I'm this tall. Yeah, it's like, Hunter, you gotta be this tall to ride. Amanda, you know, you tried to be his friend. Just cut it off with Hunter. Now it seems like Amanda's like, I'm done with you, and basically tells him straight out that she is done, and pulls a classic Amanda like, I'm happy she took your money because I'm friends with a millionaire now. And these are the moments I love Amanda. I know a lot of people think Amanda's problematic, but Hunter deserved this. Amanda didn't take your money. Ashley did. He is so good at projecting his anger on everyone else but Ashley. Could it be because he's still secretly in love with Ashley? Maybe. Pauly, of course, Kyle and Maddie. All right, boring. And poor Ninja, she never gets to pick anyone. I know she's new and she doesn't really have anyone to pick. She's always asking the women on this challenge like the same question over and over. Like, how do you feel knowing your partner has a problem? It's like, probably not good. Ninja, how is this helping your game? I think she just wants to have something to say because Pauly is running his mouth and running the show in the tribunal. And Nany puts up, I'm so shocked, Nany puts up Julia and CT, and I'm like, no, Nany, don't put up CT, and that's just me because I have like special love for CT being an OG, and I don't necessarily want to see him go. I do like myself some CT. I think he's grown up and matured so much, and we've watched it happen, and now he has a family, and I want him to win, and I also want him to show these new kids you gotta earn it. But she puts him up kind of as like a throwaway vote, sort of. So like I said, Amanda freaks out that Hunter has put her up, and rightfully so, and she has a great comeback. CT also is like, what the F? Why me? You know, what the frick? That's like, CT doesn't understand, like, Nany, we're OGs, we're homies, what happened? And Nany's just like, oh well, you gotta earn it. You know, Nany does make a okay point though, saying that she feels like CT's kind of sliding along. Now, I do think CT deserves challenge respect because he's given us some of the best moments in challenge history. But I think she feels like now everyone is just kind of going, don't touch CT, like he's untouchable, and just kind of carrying him along, not going after him, not targeting him. So yeah, I could see her side of it. And then this episode is just a constant Pauly and Kyle fight. I mean, they're in the tribunal, and they're like, do something, bro. And then Pauly's like, you do something, bro. And he's, you know, about to put guy liner on, and Kyle's down with his headband, like, you do something, bro. And then they go forehead to forehead, and I'm just, the whole time, I'm just like, kiss, kiss, just do it. Just, you guys know you want to. Just kiss. They're just like this, like, what are you gonna do, bro? what are you gonna do? And I'm like, tongue? Like, that would make the show so much more interesting and do exactly what you guys want to do. I never understand when guys fight and they're like this close. It's like, just kiss. And then the fight will probably end because either the other one will kiss back and be like, finally, it has happened to me. Or they'll pull back and be like, I don't like it like that, bro. You know, I just think kissing would be a great way, because just screaming in each other's faces forehead to forehead when you're not going to throw a punch or do anything boring, you might as well kiss each other. Now, like I said earlier, I jumped a little ahead because I was excited about talking about the Zach talking shit about Kara, calling her Captain Jack Sparrow, and I know I shouldn't laugh at that, but I do, because I feel like they are a little bit Pirates of the Caribbean, and now that Paulie's got the nose ring and trying to match her, he's just, oh, he's such a clout chaser. He's so gross. Get an identity of your own, bro. That's Kara's thing. Like, yeah, my husband and I, we will dress alike sometimes, but it's 10 years. You know, put the time in before you're going to start copying each other. That's what I'm saying. Kara comes out and tells Paulie, like, they just called me Captain Jack Sparrow, and he says, but mostly she says that Zach and Kyle were saying that Kara still loves Kyle. Duh. That's like, everybody knows that. That's why you care so much. If you keep caring and trying to put salt in his game and warning other girls he's trying to hook up with, then you're not over him. Paulie's like, he said what? He said you're still in love with him? No, that goes against the storyline I've created that he's still in love with you. So then it's costume party time and everyone is dressing up in costumes. And this is one of my favorite aspects of the challenge when they do have these parties where they dress up. I think old school, like with Paula Walnuts, like back in the day, those dress up parties were epic. These ones, they're okay. I think they could up their dress up game, but they're doing pretty good. But I always love myself a good challenge party. So while Kyle is dressed as like a sexy schoolgirl, Britney Spears type, at the costume party, he goes along and tries to rally votes to make sure people are not going to vote him in, and he talks to Georgia, a fellow UK person, but basically threatens Georgia, and Georgia's like, I'm not going to be threatened. I love Georgia. She's just a badass. She's like, no, you're not going to come at me, bro, just because we have similar accents and tell me how I got to vote. You're threatening me. And he's like, I'm not threatening you. It's just like, oh, Kyle, sit down. Fix your headband. These men are so emotional. Ugh. Then Paulie's all amped up, and so him and Kyle go at it again, you guys, and another situation where they're just forehead to forehead. It's just like, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? It's like, I don't know. You guys are sharing T-zone grease. That's disgusting. Like, make out or go home. I'll just never understand what's so macho and so aggressive about being just forehead to forehead. Because it's like, even when you kiss someone, you shouldn't be forehead to forehead because you could get acne. I mean, there's a lot of like oily, that's your T-zone. You don't want to share that with other people. You want to keep that nice and clean and dry. And they're just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, brother? Like, and then they're going to kiss. They need to kiss already. This is too... You don't get up in each other's faces that much, and nobody makes a move. Like, throw a punch or go home. Well, you throw a punch and go home, but do something. It's just this, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I quit asking each other what you're going to do, and somebody do something. Then we see a new possible showmance coming about, Cam and Theo, and I am excited for this showmance. I do love myself some Leroy, I do, but Theo, oof. I don't know, Theo's like next level cute. He might end up being a total douche and annoying, but him and Cam seem to have some chemistry, but I do feel for Leroy because he's watching it happen and he's just like, I've never seen her flirt with someone in front of me. It's like, oh, that hurts my heart. But that's the hard thing when you're on the challenge with someone you used to date and you still want to date and they don't want to date you back. Then finally, it's killing floor time, our favorite time of the episode. And 2 teams are going in. It is a double elimination. Kyle and Maddie are voted in against Natalie and JP, and they are not happy. And then Paulie, no, he knows the rules, you guys. He knows, but he tries to be a badass. And he's so thirsty, and it's just come off so pathetic. And he's like, TJ, excuse me, stop the show, excuse me. I'd like to know, can I volunteer myself to go in to take out Kyle? Everyone else back, just me and Kyle. And TJ's like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. Like, TJ's so annoyed. He's like, if you wanted to go in against him, then don't win, and tell the people that do win, put me up against Kyle. You could have easily done that, but no. You're just trying to plot something that's not going to happen so you can look like a badass. Excuse me, I got my guy liner on still from last night when I was eye to eye, forehead to forehead with Kyle. I would like to go in. and take him down. Even though I'm up to here on Kyle, I think I have a chance. And you're just like, oh my gosh, Paulie, take several seats. Like, just take a seat on a bus and a plane home. I can't deal with Paulie anymore. So since it's a double elimination, the second team that was voted in, Natalie and JP get to pick their opponents. I'm thinking, who are they going to pick? Who are they going to pick? Who are they going to pick? JP, one of the new guys, one of the prospects with the perfect teeth, like he was just, you know, he's like the poster child for braces and Invisalign. He says, I want to go after a big dog. I want to go after CT. And I'm like, oh my God, like my hair. What? I couldn't believe it. I was just like, is he crazy? Is he crazy? And CT is pissed. He does not want to go in this soon. We just saw Johnny Bananas leave. He's like, I had to get time off from my wife and my kid, and I promised him I'd bring back some money. I do not want to go in. What's your problem, dude? Like, I've done nothing to you. I'm over here dad bodding, just living my best life. Wait until a little bit later in the game to go in, and JP's like, I want to go against the best. And I think JP, he had the best intention. Like, he really was trying to prove something in the challenge. I don't think he was trying to be a dick, but to CT's like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And I'm thinking, oh my God, CT's going to drag these two. So they have to do the whole ring holding on challenge where you have to pull the rings away. And I'm thinking CT is literally going to Johnny Bananas drag these, just like he did Johnny when he had his huge legs, like, and then he dropped Johnny. One of the best moments in challenge history. Unfortunately, when the competition actually happens on the killing floor, Kyle is able to maneuver the rings and win because both of them are fighting CT. So CT, it wasn't necessarily, you know, fair, because I mean, it's part of the game, so I guess it is fair, but it was harder for CT because he's going after two people rather than two working together to pull one. They were both going after CT, and right when they put CT in the middle, I was like, oh, I think they are setting this up for CT to go. And I understand, a part of me is like excited to see the noobs and the prospects and get to know them and see what they can do. Part of me is excited for that, but also part of me is like, I don't want to see Dad Bod go. And we see CT go, but we know CT will be back. And so that is the only solace I have in this. I'm not happy Kyle won. I wish it would have been JP, and CT's done. He's like, see what you did? Are you happy? Now we're both going home. If you would have picked an easier opponent, you would have had a better chance of staying if you weren't just fighting me, because it seemed like JP felt like he had something to prove and was only thinking about CT in that competition and not Kyle, who was able to skate away with the win. And a win I don't think was something where he should walk away going, I beat CT, because it was like 2 against 1, bro. And then we have Maddie against Natalie and Julia. I mean, just give it to Maddie. Maddie is just, she's a beast. I mean, she's strong. She's like 6 feet taller than them, and she just rips the rings away. She's just dragging them around. And Julia, I mean, Julia doesn't appear to have that much upper body strength. Natalie is strong. You can just tell that Maddie is a lot stronger than Natalie. She just rips those rings. So Kyle and Maddie end up winning and staying, and it is like, oh my gosh, Paulie and Cara Maria's pirate hearts are just broken. They lost their booty. I mean, they were just like, we set this up perfectly. How could this happen? Because I thought this is going to be really interesting, because if CT beats these 2 dudes, which I thought he would, and I knew Maddie would, because I mean, look who she's against. Maddie and CT would be an amazing partnership. They would be a team to really beat. And unfortunately, Maddie and Kyle are back at it. I think Maddie probably a little bit deep down was like, man, I hope CT wins so I can be partnered with CT. But, you know, Kyle and Maddie are back, which kind of makes me a little happy because they are going to bother Paulie. And I like anything that bothers Paulie. This has been a huge season of the challenge with big names in the challenge. OGs going home very early in the game. This is a prospects game to win. And I'm excited and here for it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you happy CT went home? What do you think about this Kyle, Paulie drama business? I mean, just let me know. Do you think they should just kiss? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked my video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, smash that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And I will see you guys very soon with another new video. Have a great day. Bye.